There comes a moment in every life when silence falls heavier than sound, when the world stands still, and the noise that once filled your mind disappears into nothingness. In that stillness, something begins to stir inside you, a whisper, a pulse, a memory of who you once were and who you were meant to become. This, my friend, is the beginning of awakening. The great poet Eliot once said, "For last year's words belong to last year's language, and next year's words await another voice." Those words remind us that we are not bound by what was, nor defined by what broke us. We are not the echoes of old pain. We are the architects of tomorrow's strength. Life is not a straight path. It is a circle of endings and beginnings, of destruction and creation, of fire and rebirth. And though the fire may burn, though it may test your very essence, it will never destroy the truth of who you are. The fire, my friend, is not your enemy. It is your teacher. When the world tells you that you have failed, remember that every great soul has walked through their own wasteland. Eliot called it the wasteland, a place of emptiness, of doubt, of despair. But even there, he found life. Even there, he found renewal. Because beneath the ashes of every broken dream lies the seed of a new beginning. You may have fallen, you may have lost, you may have been forgotten, but you are still here. You are breathing, standing, and capable of becoming something extraordinary. The night may be long, but dawn always arrives. The question is, will you still be standing when it does? The truth is this: struggle is not the absence of success. It is the birthplace of strength. Every scar you carry is proof that you fought, that you endured, that you refused to surrender. Every moment of pain was shaping you into the warrior you were always meant to be. T.S. Eliot wrote, "Only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go." So, take the risk. Step beyond fear. Step beyond doubt. Because you will never discover your true power if you keep standing in the shadow of hesitation. The world will tell you to wait for the right time. Wait for the right chance. Wait for the right feeling. But the truth is, there is no perfect time. There is only this moment. And in this moment, you can choose to begin again. Do not fear the end, because every ending is secretly a beginning. The job you lost, the person who left, the chapter that closed, they were not your destruction. They were your preparation. The universe removes what no longer serves you, even when you are too afraid to let go. What feels like loss is often liberation. What feels like failure is often foundation. Every time you break, you rebuild, stronger, wiser, more aware. You are the fire and the rose. As Eliot sighed, two forces that seem opposite, yet they are one. The fire purifies. The rose blooms. Out of suffering grows beauty. Out of struggle comes awakening. Out of loss comes clarity. If you can still feel pain, it means your heart is still alive. If you can still cry, it means your soul still cares. And if you can still stand after everything that tried to destroy you, it means you have already won. Life is not about avoiding pain. It's about learning to walk through it with grace. You will be misunderstood. You will be doubted. You will be laughed at for dreaming too big. But remember, they laughed at every visionary who dared to dream differently. The people who move the world forward are never the ones who played it safe. They are the ones who stood in the storm and refused to bow. When your path grows dark, when your faith trembles, and when the weight of your failures presses against your chest, remind yourself, this is not the end of your story. It is the part where you rise. Because strength doesn't come from victory. It comes from survival. You've already survived what you thought would destroy you. That is proof enough that there is nothing left in this world you cannot conquer. The pain that once crippled you is now the same energy that will fuel your purpose. The doubt that haunted you will one day become your discipline. The fear that caged you will become your fire. Eliot believed in the beauty of time, in how it humbles and transforms us. Time does not erase wounds, but it teaches you how to live with them, how to wear them as badges of growth. The scars you carry are not signs of weakness. They are the medals of your becoming. So stop hiding them. Show the world that you have been through the fire and came out shining. When you walk tall, because no one else has walked your journey. No one else has carried your storms. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you are meant to learn. The universe doesn't rush masterpieces, and you, my friend, are one in progress. Each morning is a new invitation. When you open your eyes, you are given another chance to rewrite your story. You don't need anyone's permission to start again. You don't need anyone's approval to rise. The world will always have opinions. Let them. Your purpose is not to please the world. It is to fulfill the promise written in your soul. You were born to create, to inspire, to rebuild, to transform. You are not made to shrink yourself, to fit into spaces that no longer serve your spirit. You were made to stand tall in your truth, even when it makes others uncomfortable. Remember, light does not apologize for shining. It simply illuminates. Do not fear being misunderstood. Greatness is never understood at first. When you start walking toward your purpose, the world will question you, doubt you, and sometimes even abandon you. Let them. Because one day, those same people will look back and realize you were never lost. You were leading the way. The people who change the world are the ones who refuse to be silent. They are the ones who keep walking when everyone else stops. They are the ones who keep believing when faith feels impossible. And that, my friend, is who you are becoming. You are becoming the light you were always searching for. You are becoming the hope you thought had disappeared. You are becoming the strength that others will one day look up to. The fire that once burned you is now the light that guides you. That is the power of transformation. That is the essence of Eliot's wisdom. That the end is where we start from. Every time you thought it was over, it was not. Every time you thought you were finished, you were simply being prepared for your next beginning. The end of fear is courage. The end of loss is wisdom. The end of pain is purpose. So rise. Not quietly, not timidly, but with the power of every dawn that has ever broken. Rise with faith that even if the path ahead is uncertain, your steps are guided by something greater than fear. Rise with the strength that has been built through every trial, every sleepless night, every tear you've ever shed. You are not just a survivor, you are a creator. You are not just a fighter, you are a force. The world may try to measure your worth by its own limited scales, but you are immeasurable. You carry within you centuries of courage, lifetimes of wisdom, and the spark of divinity itself. You are not ordinary. You are extraordinary. Not because life has been easy, but because you have chosen to rise each time it wasn't. Look around you, every sunrise, every ocean wave, every mountain that stands unmoved by time. All of them whisper the same truth. Resilience is the rhythm of life. The storm does not last forever. The sun always returns. And so will you. When they doubt, you rise. When they leave you, rise. When you doubt yourself, rise anyway. Because you are stronger than your excuses, greater than your fears, and more powerful than your past. Every time you rise, you rewrite the story of what's possible. Every time you keep going, you become living proof that hope is stronger than despair. One day, you will look back and realize that every ending you feared was the beginning of something greater. You will understand why certain things didn't work out, why certain people had to leave, why certain storms had to come. You will see that life was not punishing you, it was preparing you. The fire that surrounded you was shaping your soul for something bigger, something brighter, something eternal. So, take a deep breath. Stand in your truth. Look your fears in the eye and say, you have no power here anymore, because you've already walked through darkness and found your light. You've already faced the fire and realized you are not the ashes, you are the flame. The world will never forget those who burn brightly. So burn. Burn with purpose. Burn with love. Burn with the fire of a soul that refuses to dim. Eliot wrote, "The fire and the rose are one. That is your truth. You are both the struggle and the bloom, both the storm and the calm that follows, both the pain and the power it creates. You are the paradox of strength and softness, of fire and beauty. And that, my friend, is what makes you unstoppable." So as this speech ends, let these words echo in your heart. This is not your ending. This is your awakening. The world is waiting for your rise. The light is waiting for your return. The story is waiting for your voice. Remember, the end is where we start from. So start now, today, with whatever strength you have left, because you are the fire. You are the rose. You are infinite. You have walked through fire and found yourself still standing. You were never defeated, only reborn. The end is where we start from. T.S. Eliot.